Hey, Dave from cheapwinefinder.com again. And today we have a $5.99 red blend from Trader Joe's, Petite Syrah Merlot Syrah. It goes by the name of Deep Valley Red Wine Blend Mendocino 2018. Normally a $5.99 red wine kind of scares me a little bit because you expect a few things out of red wine, some oak aging, just some general aging, that there is no budget in a $5.99 wine. And in a white wine, it's a little bit different. It's like a Sauvignon Blanc, a young Sauvignon Blanc, or a young Riesling, where they just make it, it's bright, it's juicy, it's fresh. Young wines are good there. That doesn't need to cost a lot of money. Red wine, you need to do a little bit to it, and so it's always a little bit scary, but this thing tastes fine. It's actually a food wine. I think it does better with burgers or like a steak burrito than it does sipping on its own, but I'm sipping on its own and I'm fine with it. Not the most delicious wine I ever tasted. It tastes fine, but it's pretty good. It's made by one of the oldest wineries in Mendocino. If you ever want to know who makes these wines for Trader Joe's or any other like store brand where they don't really tell you what's what, there's a national trademark registry, and you website, you get in there, put it in there, and if the name's been trademarked like it has, it comes up. But that doesn't mean that that's a wine that winery that comes up would ever make on their own. These custom crush people, Trader Joe's goes to them and says, I want a wine like this at this price. And they think, yeah, okay, we can do that. But it might not be a wine that they would ever do on their own. So don't read too much into who makes it, other than if they make good quality wine, they're probably not skipping on the quality. They held that. And that's that. And this is it's a good $5.99 Tuesday night. Pizza, burgers. Yeah, it's fine for that. I mean, it does really well. I mean, I would, carry out. You go to like In-N-Out Burger. We don't have an In-N-Out Burger in Chicago, but this would go great with that. And there's another observation I have about Trader Joe's wines, and like this, here's a $5.99 wine from a single AVA. And, under $10 wines usually say California on the label, which means that the grapes come from all over. I mean, it comes from the North Coast, Central Coast, Central Valley. And that's usually because to make a wine cheap, you got to make a lot of it. You got to make 500,000 bottles. And these big wine corporations that do that, have holdings everywhere, and, they own vineyards, they have contract vineyards everywhere. So to make the most of their money and to utilize their grapes, they pick it from all over. But Trader Joe's model isn't like that. They go to a single AVA, and you don't know. I mean, I doubt if this is a single vineyard wine, but and there are a lot of vineyards in Mendocino, but usually when the cheaper the wines are, the simpler things are, is the way it happens. They're not, if you got to bring in grapes from 27 different vineyards, that might happen, but you got to figure it's cheaper just to grab from one or two. So you go to a store brand, you get a much more exclusive wine for cheaper price than you do in a retail wine, but you don't really know what you're getting, basically. So you're taking a chance, but you get these single AVA wines. I mean, and you don't know who's making what, where, and when all the time. But if you go to the trademark website, you can find out who's doing it. So it's usually go, okay, because a lot of times these people will make these wines for Trader Joe's and whoever, their own brand sell for $35, $40. They make good wines. I mean, it's, and they just happen to have some extra grapes somewhere, getting their hands on something. And, Trader Joe's is all the better for it. So there you go. You got the Deep Valley Red Wine Blend from Mendocino. $5.99 crazy price. There is some oak in there, I think. It's a 2018, so it's fairly young for a red wine, but not super young for a red wine. Drink's fine, but like I said, I think it would be balanced better with a burger, with a Chipotle burrito would be great. And that's it. And that's it for me. This is Dave from CheapWineFinder.com. Keeping it cheap until the next one. Adios, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.